Good evening everyone, live from Suzuka, Japan for round 15 of the XRL Tier 6 Championship. It's a little bit of a change of scene tonight. I'm in the T6 box along with XRL Michaels. How are you? It's a good start. Michaels, you there?
Yeah, I'm still
You
here.
good?
Yeah, all good.
Hopefully it'll be a decent race tonight. From what I've heard of this division, it's quite closing up at the top of the championship a bit of late. Eyes the Best and Temper seem to be in a big battle. There's only just over a race win between them at 26 points. But the big man of the moment being Craig Senna. His season has just lifted off. He has took a total of 93 points from a possible 125 and looks to be the man to beat at the moment in this championship. But being 59 points behind in the championship may prove to be a little bit steep. But who knows, he may still be able to get a good result tonight. So I think he's got leading claims to win this race again. But let's get back out there and see how he's getting on. But I'm on board with Eyes the Best currently. He's on an outlap in the McLaren. Temper, he's finally got a teammate in Elite TC in that Lotus. He's also on an outlap, but here we are on board with Elite TC, who's on, I'm not sure if this is a lap or not. He's currently P3 on a 34.5. He doesn't seem to be doing too bad as he goes out of the hairpin. Low traction on the exit, going down this curve up into the spoon curve, the double left apex corner. Coming right up now. Looks as if it might be a slow one, if I'm honest. So we will try and get on board. Tomo's run very wide there, and in fact I think he's on an in-lap. So we will get on board with the McLaren of Eyes the Best, our championship leader. By just over a race win here, he could do with a decent result tonight. He hasn't been quite firing on all cylinders of late, so it'd be nice to see him get a good result. Kerr's used DRS wide open, get some good speed and good traction off the final corner. Going into turn one, this double right-hander. Well, I think one of the many iconic corners actually of Japan. In Suzuka, I think it's an absolutely fantastic track. Now going into the S section here. It's probably third/fourth gear through most of these. Little dab of the brakes at times as he does there. Straightens the car up well, gets good traction. Turns into the apex a little bit too early there and loses a bit of time. But let's see how he goes through the first sector. It's not bad. I'm not sure if it's going to be pole position worthy yet though. Let's see how he goes through the Degners. He's done really well through both of those, actually keeping a good pace, climbing the hill up to the hairpin, and again not too bad, not running too wide there, so that's good. You still got a blank screen?
The times have just come up right now. Got Mini Ninja on pole at the moment, 34.283, 8/100th ahead of Craig Senna.
Close. Craig Senna and Temper. Craig Senna could be the one that really closes in this championship, but if Temper can match him, then Eyes the Best is going to find it difficult. But I'm actually on board with Eyes the Best now, and he's now about to go through 130R, so he's nearly completing his lap here. Let's see what he can do as he now comes to this final corner. Heavy on the brakes here, gets a little bit of grass, and that just upsets the car, loses a lot of traction and time there, and again just gets on the grass. This is going to go around the final corner. DRS opens at 34.4. I found quite a few faults with that lap, but he still manages to put it just a tenth behind pole position, which is currently set by Mini Ninja. It's good to see him doing well, and only 4/10 separating the top 5. F1 King, that's a decent performance from him. Elite TC right up with the pace. Temper hasn't done a lap yet. We know he'll be in there with a sniff of a pole position. So close between.
Are these guys on dry tyres?
Yes.
Yeah, it's drizzling up with the hairpin on the when you've gone to the times. That's basically the corner I'm staring at. I'm not able to spectate at the moment.
Don't know what's going on with it tonight. We've had 2 people disconnecting qualifying. They will be unable to make the race because of some glitch in the game. So we could probably argue, but we could probably debate on how bad co-masters are. But I think that's we'll save that for Sunday night and Swishbone to get into, because I know he likes it. As the rain does start to fall, going through the S section in the first sector, the rain is starting to fall now. So they need to get their laps in. Mini Ninja running very wide on the exit of the S to go through the first Stegner, just keeping inside the track limit. Second Degner good. Not as good as Eyes the Best through there. Lost a little bit of time and traction. Climbing up to the hairpin.
Mini Ninja's definitely impressed me over the last couple of races.
How has he been? I mean, he hasn't been winning the races, but he's having better performances, which is good to see.
He got his best performance of the season in Singapore, and then
DNF last week.
Unfortunately, he got taken out in Korea.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I know. I did see that.
By Brutal Reapers.
By Brutal Reapers, you're right.
He's pushing for the playoffs at the moment, which is a closely fought battle, really, because you got.
Well, if you take Nicholas Hamilton out now, who is, well, he's not racing anymore. It does make it pretty close, actually.
Reapers on 70, haven't you? And then
Reapers in 70 will take that final position, but behind him is Jism and Tomo, 19 and 18 points respectively there. And then just a couple of points behind that is Mini Ninja, who's, as you say, starting to pick up some good form. So dark horse possibly for the playoffs if he can put in a decent performance tonight and convert a potential pole position to a race win. F1 King in P3 currently, he's improved on his time. F1 King of late, he's been having reasonable performances, 3 4th place finishes since joining the league back in Great Britain, and most notably last time out at Korea he finished 4th, taking advantage of maybe Mini Ninja backing out and a couple of incidents here and there, but he's not doing too bad either. It's good to see. Ooh, naughty, naughty. Someone's going to get a sample of this guy.
Oh, is he retired? Oh dear.
Now the issue is, a lot of you know the forums are currently down, not down, they're up, but they're not working very well, and no new members can sign up. Now some of these new guys who are joining the league can't read the rules and regs because they haven't signed up. So, makes it a bit of an issue. So you got to tell them. I mean, I think he was told last week, so in that respect I think there's no excuses. With 2.5 minutes left of the session left, and F1 King not going to get out there and do another lap. Sean Bean on out, Swishburne again, sorry, I thought I said Sean Bean from afar. Eyes the Best is out on an out lap, so we'll get on board with him. A little bit closer to the time, it looks like Jism's on a in lap. He's done his time on the prime at 34.6. This is Patronus, he's in, that's going to be his qualifying over. And then we've got Mini Ninja, who's now down into 3rd place. He's going to get enough time to do an out lap.
34.116.
Whoa. Obviously it's nowhere near the likes of F1, but that is good for the division.
Doesn't need to be.
Doesn't need to be, and you look at that, 7 tenths between 1st and 7th. And we've got Temper and Brutal Reapers, who are both on that pace as well. Just shows how close these guys are on pace. Tomo's a little bit off, and
he done a lap yet.
No, he hasn't done a lap. Bit of an odd one, and he's going to be near. He's going to be near his arch nemesis in Brutal Reapers on track. So that's going to be a nice, interesting battle to watch, because that's one of the reasons why I'm here tonight, is to watch some of the wheel-to-wheel racing between people. There's a few arguments been going out, to say the least, over the last little while. So I need to see for myself to see whether those are true or not. But Eyes the Best now, P5. He needs to improve on his time. Not by much though. Only a couple of attempts and he'll be back onto the front row of the grid. So, and this first sector through the S's has looked quite good. The car looks planted, but having said that, with the spots of rain, it's going to make it difficult to improve on lap time if it's too heavy. So, Eyes Best just keeping it in track limits there on the second Degner. Climbing up to the hairpin now, quite an easy corner to lock up, runs wide. Might be hard to get the traction down, and he has proved that as well. He's got just over half his curves. He's used a little bit there. He's got a 3rd left, probably going to use that maybe on the run down to 130R, or possibly out the final corner. Those would be the 2 logical places to use it now. Runs a little bit deep on the spoon, gets on the curve there. Let's see, this looks slower to me. Maybe it's not, I don't know. I can't remember what his times were going through those splits last time, so let's see how he gets on as he goes to the final corner now. Oh, runs deep, hits the grass on the left-hand side under braking. Couldn't get the car straightened in time, but it still looks not too bad as he goes over the line, but it's going to be no improvement. And that is P6 Mini Ninja now, the final car on a lap. He's the only one that could upset this qualifying result at the moment. Running up to 130R, and this seems to be a slow lap from Mini Ninja in comparison to Eyes the Best, but he may make this final corner much better than Eyes the Best did, and he does. He hits his apex, oh, and he gets on a curb, and that has just caused him to spin there, and yes, he boxes, and no surprise. So it's Elite TC who just misses out on pole position by just over a tenth to Craig Senna. The big informed driver of the moment has grabs pole position by a tenth of a second to Elite TC Mini Ninja, good enough for P3, and F1 King. It's a bit surprised about him in P4, so good on him as well to see him up there.
That's Craig Senna's second pole position in a row.
So
done really well.
He seems to have the heavy fuel pace as well as the lower fuel, so he seems to be the most complete driver at the moment on the grid, which is being backed up by results. He seems, I don't know how his races are going, but it seems as if he's having quite a quiet race out there. Well, not quiet race, but incident-free races maybe, and he's getting the results.
Just sending a message to someone, Bernie.
No problem. I'm just a bit baffled by why Temper's not done a lap. In the whole context of the championship, why would he want to be starting at the back? I know it's a bit of a tyre wear track here. It's quite emphasised on tyre wear, but I mean, really, is that? I don't quite understand that one.
What was that?
Temper's decision to qualify at the back of the grid. I mean, he's got a championship to fight for here, and maybe.
The only way I see is either tyre wear or every one of his laps he's done, he's corner cutted, and
that's the. I didn't even see him out on the track when I was going through all the players in that sort of 10-minute session. There's a 4% chance of rain. Well,
what do you think about that?
I mean, there might be rain on the last couple of laps, but will it really affect them going in for a stop? I don't think it will. So the majority of the race will be dry here today at Suzuka, which is a change because I've been commentating and racing in wet condition races. How was your race last night?
I wasn't here.
Oh no, you were, wait. Have you caught up with any of the guys, or?
I am yet to watch the race on...
Oh, that is unbelievable.
Oh no, Senna!
That is unbelievable.
Senna's left.
I don't think he's left. I think he's got a black screen and couldn't race. So that's number 3, which is... when you've only got a lobby of 12, I mean, it's not great. And, well, Temple will be smiling inside. An Elite TC has got a nice run down to T1, but... I kind of don't want to get him in, but I think we need to get him in to see what he has to say, really. It'd be absolutely gutted for him. It kind of reminds... Well, obviously he hasn't done any laps, but Andy on Sunday night, how unlucky he was. He was dominating that race to lose connection. We won't know what Craig Senna would have done, but yeah, sadly he's not going to be on the grid to race. Connor I signing in for the evening club. Swishbone, I'll answer your text after the stream. Okay, I'm sorry. Too many things just flying about tonight. Craig, unbelievable. No real way to sort of say now, is there? Apart from commiserations, I suppose. Yeah, I can't really say too much. You obviously did a really good qualifying lap. Put yourself pole position. Only just. It was a close session. But the pace looked good, so it's potentially a good result. Gone now. Looking towards the championship. That must make it impossible task almost now. To get into the automatic spots. more of a question, but right, well, we're about to get onto track. I'm still gutted for Craig Senna. Just seeing some of the comments on the chat box. One word then, Wade. So now that Craig Senna's out, who's going to have this one? Oh, what? No one, apparently. Right, sorry. I'll answer the question. Ask the question again. Right, so now that Craig Senna's not in this race, who's got one word? Who's going to win this one?
It happened in Monza. But here we are, ready for the race. So it was a good one.
We are ready for the race, and it should be a good one. Well, it would have been a better one with the 3 drivers not losing connection during qualifying and in between qualifying and race, leaving us only 9 on the grid, which is a little bit of a disappointment really, because it deserved and it looked like it was going to be a much better session than that. But we're out on the track and we're away we go, and the Elite TC has been mugged off the start here, already going into turn 1 by the Williams of, I believe that's what, is that
Ninja.
F1 King?
Ninja
Mini Ninja. Mini
One
Ninja.
Mercedes and a Lotus side pod at the back. I don't know who that was.
Brutal Reapers and Temper 3D there then. At it yet again. Every week just turn up and there's action.
Yeah, that was Tomo who unfortunately got side podded. He's now right at the back.
McLaren and Lotus. So the Mercedes got caught up in it is what we're saying.
Well,
then.
TC got a Toro Rosso F1 King up the inside of the second deck, and he's got it. Pushed TC wide, and the guy's the best for into third.
Right, let's get a bit more into the mid pack then. I'm on board with Brutal Reapers right now.
On Mercedes up in the hairpin, just a little bit of contact with TC. TC's dropping back.
He is a dreadful start, hasn't he? They're all in a sort of train at the moment, going down to the spoon though. You've got McLaren and Brutal Reapers just watching this, trying to go around the outside here, may try get the cut back with the traction, but he's now under pressure behind from the Lotus of Temper 3D. These guys have been going at it of late, and it wouldn't surprise me if they go at it again, but here goes Reapers.
Mercedes and Patronus up the inside of TC, got McLaren as
and here
well.
goes Brutal Reapers on the inside of the Red Bull. Oh, that's a nudge there. I'm not sure if Brutal Reapers could do anything about that. There's a bit of lag involved, I'm not sure. But an incident nonetheless, it's going to have
6 at the end of that one. Reapers, he's had a good start from the back of the grid. He's on the back of XRL Patronus going into turn 1.
He's had a good start, albeit hitting off a Red Bull at 130R.
Just kept it inside all 4 lines, up into 4.
Fair play, fair play. He's now got his teammate for company, hasn't he? Who has dropped a bit of time to the cars in front of Mini Ninja. Can't work out who that is in front. We're now starting to get backwards as well. Patronus has run wide and lost the pace to the Merc. He's now going to be under pressure again from the other Merc, who's on the prime tyre. That's Temper 3D. So Temper 3D is looking to go long in his stint then. Oh, and that's sloppy Patronus. He's never going to be able to defend that position there. And he's now a liability driving right there, but he's made sure he hasn't done anything wrong there, and loses the place and goes down to last.
The McLarens are very close to one another. Eyes the Best is struggling on his first stint. He's losing so much time to the top 2, and Reapers he looks impatient, but I think he's just saying to him, "Come on, I'm faster here."
Swishbone saying, "This is messy. This is tier 6." Wow. Yeah.
That's not very nice. He got F1 King challenging for the lead, coming into the chicane. Over Mini Ninja, put to the inside, but thought better of it.
I'm on board with the Lotus battle here. Elite TC, who's on the option tyres, who's run deep there, going into the final corner, and Temper just has to keep it clean. Well, he does, but he made a pretty big pig's ear of that to make the move. Oh, it's Brutal Reapers just
Reapers into third.
Yeah, sloppy mistake there from Eyes the Best, and loses a position there to his own teammate. It's not a big, well, it's not massive for the championship letting his teammate go through. His temper is still behind, and Craig's then obviously not racing, so it's not massive for the championship as it stands. But let's go up to the front where F1 King and is really impressing me tonight. As Mini Ninja goes in the gravel.
Wide, has taken it.
Just caught it just right there. And yeah, F1 King now has the lead. Surprising to see. I mean, I'm going to keep saying it all night, but I've seen F1 King's performances, and I haven't really thought, I haven't put the name race winner by it. But he looks good tonight.
Favourite trap possible?
Yeah. Well, let's not tempt fate and do a commentator's curse, because that would not be great. Said it about Craig Senna, so not really want to do it again. Brutal Reaper's pace is looking good. He's closing in on Mini Ninja right now, so we're gonna get back to that battle in a minute, because we've got the Red Bull. Well, no, so not the Red Bull. The Lotus of Temper closing in on the McLaren of Eyes the Best. Now this is a championship
lead. Yeah.
This is
two championship protagonists really. Champions waiting for these
They're
two.
not in your usual front of the pack role, but Eyes the Best has been struggling with tyre grip through that first stint, and only managing 3 laps on his first stint. Yes, he's going to get an undercut, but surely he's going to be vulnerable at the end of his stint.
PC pits as well.
Connor Rice saying he doesn't like F1 King's name, he wants to call it something else.
Why? What does he want to call it?
Oh, I don't think I'll be able to say it on stream.
Or didn't I ask that question?
Yeah, I don't think you should.
No. Real Reapers is now right at the back of Mini Ninja. Now,
So we'll
these two had a coming together in Korea, so let's hope they keep each other apart.
Yeah, we don't want another round 2, if we're honest here, but Real Reapers looking to make the move quite easily here. That was as easy as you like there. I was quite surprised that was done. He's
side by
struggling.
side, though.
He's having to go the long way round. In fact, he loses the position rather easily as well there. He used maybe a little bit of curves to defend. Will he use the curves and slipstream out of the exit?
Curve here.
But then is there much point, because he'll just get overtaken on the DRS again. He's going to give it a go.
All out of tap for 130R.
He's got track position now. He's got the lead out track position, runs wide.
Oh,
he's going to have to give that pace up, surely. I mean, he didn't complete the move.
Trying to get back on the inside. He kept it. And then Ninja dives into the pits anyway, but...
Ninja dives into the pits. I'll write it down.
Oh dear, yes again, as F1 King goes on to fresh option tyres, interestingly. And Mini Ninja goes on to primes. So, has anybody done the undercut on them? I don't think so.
The only one would have been Eyes the Best, who would have got close, but I don't know whereabouts he is on the track. F1 King is still out in the lead, or net's lead. Mini Ninja about 2 seconds behind, so he hasn't lost too much out of that, considering he lost it into the second Egner.
XRL Patronus has already pitted, and he's getting quite a bit on Ninja.
Patronus has already pitted, actually. I thought it was just... Are you sure?
Yes.
Let's have a look at the race direct to see what it says. No.
Patronus? No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't. He's one of... He had a really bad start. He was fighting with Tomo at the back. It's been a little bit... He's not been completely clean, to be honest. Well, not in terms of racecraft, just in terms of keeping on the track. Poor defensive driving has led him to go into the gravel, got a bit keen, and has therefore lost a place or two. But our net lead is currently with F1 King, and with about a couple of second gap to Mini Ninja and the Williams, and then Eyes the Best is in a net P3, who's about a couple of seconds behind that. So Temper's on the primes, isn't he? So it's going to be interesting to see if Temper can build enough of a gap. So when he pits...
Reaper's pits from the lead to see where he's going to come out.
And he goes on to prime.
He goes on, prime tyres, gives Temper the lead. Where is he going to come out in relation to
Oh, we've got a car now going through. That's the race lead, isn't it?
That's
With
F1 King.
F1 King, and here goes.
They're
It's
going to
be
come out
close
ahead of Ninja.
How has he done that then? I mean, the undercut as well has not worked in Ninja's advantage, and he's in fact lost the place. Well, no, he was just ahead, wasn't he? But even so, I think Brutal Reapers was just ahead, courtesy of the overtake at the 130 up. But I don't know.
It just varies at track to track. Whether the undercut is better or the overcut is better.
Yeah, I would have thought somewhere like here though, where tyre wear is quite bad, then it would be better to have an undercut. Maybe we didn't watch Mini Ninja on his outlap and he just had a bad outlap. I mean, he would have had to make about a second, just over a second, to retain the lead on this battle, and in fact he's lost out by a second, so probably done a very close lap to what Brutal Reaper's still on his interval, so it's not quite worked out for him here, and he's losing time as well. He's just going backwards a little bit in this portion of the race, and he may be vulnerable to Eyes the Best quite soon, and temper when he hits.
And he's still going around on those primes and taking that chicane not very well. Hitting already. Lap 6. Prime tyre.
6, that's very early. I don't know how far they go on a 50% race fuel, but
Jism also pits as well. He was on the prime, so the primes don't go as long.
Maybe it's not as early as what we thought, but I just thought that they would go further because it's a 50% race. He didn't qualify, no, remember?
King, Jesus!
What happened there?
Always gaining his composure. He went through turn 1 and he hit the outside curb. Practically went sideways coming out of it, and then done the same thing at the next corner. And now Reapers is right up with him.
How much time did he lose from that then?
Oh, it must have been like 4 or 5 seconds, maybe even more.
Well, Brutal Reapers will be loving that at once. As he goes deep now into the deck now, he loses traction. He has lost a couple of tenths there, but it could have been a whole lot worse. But yeah, Brutal Reapers is on the prime tyre, whereas F1 King in front of him is on the option. So, wow. Brutal Reapers is in a very good position. He does have good pace. If he can keep it clean and do everything right on track, then he's good. He is a driver to be winning races in this division. Just needs to show it.
We've got the fastest lap at the moment, a 37.438. Yeah,
as Mini Ninja is really being reeled in now by the McLaren of Eyes the Best, who is within striking range of DRS, going out of the final negotiation. Going in now, slipstream. I think about the inside, there's not really much point for Eyes the Best here. He would lose his DRS, as his DRS activation has just gone over it there, and he now goes, but he's lost so much time out of the final corner.
Reapers has got DRS, and F1 King just breeze around the outside of him.
So Brutal Reapers now has the lead.
Yeah, F1 King tried to defend on the inside and just opened up the door, and Reapers just said, right, I'll just go around the outside, and done it. So lap 8 from the back of the grid is up into the front.
So, quick question from Connor Iced on stream. I don't know if you've watched it or not, but the top lap around Bahrain from F1 2014?
I haven't seen it personally myself.
Alright, I didn't know if you had or not. Well, it's on there. You get to hear the car's engines for the first time, so what you like to make of that, but I don't know, I don't know what to make of this F1 2014 yet. I don't really mind because I'll be playing Project Cars when it comes out in November, because that comes out like the first couple of weeks in November, and
will you be getting that instead, or?
Oh no, I need to buy an Xbox One as well. I could do with a couple of wins on the football or something. But yeah, I'll be looking at both.
Let's just not mention last night, shall we?
Well, we won't mention last night, but
Did they lose?
I'd rather lose, if I'm honest, than win. Because
you see, focus on the league instead.
well, you're not well, we did do well in the League Cup when we got to the semi-finals and we're winning in the first. We won the first leg against us and lost in the second. We did well, but I mean, and it is good fun, like to have a good day out at Wembley or get to semi-finals at the away ground. This is usually a Premiership top team, but I mean, it's a lot of games, midweek games. You know, I'd rather just keep the players fit. As now, Temper, who's on the prime again, he's gone prime, was put up to Eyes the Best. Eyes the Best, really struggling here. Eyes Best has gone deep into the first Degner. Snow X out of the second Degner, has to run wide to get the car to straighten up. And now he's under pressure. Eyes Best nearly closing the door on that little kink, doesn't. Temper having to run wide, maybe try and get the cut back, but just runs deep. I think it's just the camber of the track there, making him run wide, and he is now. Well, he's still a couple of tenths behind, but he's still there. So this is one to watch here. Temper 3D now going to spoon curve. He's got that furthest curves left, so you'll be looking to possibly use that on the exit if he does well here. Doesn't take the ideal line in, and it could have been a lot closer than that if he took a good line.
F1 King has pitted amongst all this, which surprised him really, actually, because he's was early on his options, and now he's early on his second set of options. He's gone on to a set of primes now, put him back into the midfield. I don't know whether this is anything to do with the low tyre wear these guys are doing, as Temper looking at the inside of Eyes the Best maybe into turn one.
This is big for the championship, and Eyes the Best makes a mistake. That's a good way to do it. Just put the car there, make him see that. Who do I support? Andy Coybe says, Ipswich Town and Money Tractor Boys. Tractor Boys.
Tractor Boys.
Yeah, they're a good side. I mean, what's not to like? Nothing is the answer. Nothing. Unless you're a Norwich fan, but luckily no one's a Norwich fan here, so it's alright.
Elite TC is now being called by F1 King. Oh, and F1 King goes for the lunge and the hairpin.
Oh, we're a bit further back, are we? Those two are quite a way back. I assume that F1 King has actually had another pit stop since then.
Yeah, he did. He pit lap or two ago.
And is TC on a similar strategy, or can't? Well, I don't know. So what's up with him? He's just been going backwards in this race. Can't quite understand what's actually happening with him at the moment.
It was the same in career. He was 6/100ths or less than that off of the pole set by Craig Senna, and then in the race, because I thought he had a good chance of a race win or even challenging Senna for the race win, he just fell back a bit and ended up in a battle with Eyes the Best.
Did you see that? He at the last minute dives to go in the pit. Oh, that was so close to a wing break, or even worse. I thought he'd be better. So he's proving T6 is not in the right direction for him.
Eyes the Best is now pitted onto a fresh set of primes. We're looking at a 3 or 4 stop here.
Well, I thought it might be a 2, but that is before watching this. I mean, it's definitely going towards possibly an even 4 stop. I can't believe that.
Could it possibly be because of the cold temperatures? It's only 20 degrees. Very, very cloudy. It's a bit overcast, and it was, well, a very, very slim chance of rain, but a chance of rain nonetheless. That be something to do with it?
Possibly. I don't think it makes too much of a difference in temperature in this game, but Japan is a tyre-wear track just because of the nature of how much downforce you need in the first sector. Got a lot of change of direction, just put a lot of stress on the tyre, so...
Temper's caught right up to the back of Mini Ninjas, having a look on the outside into the final chicane. Thought better of it.
Brutal Reapers is out on his own, though. Mini Ninja's in.
It
So that kind of ruins that battle before I can get there, really. Jism is now, he's quietly going under the radar. Just haven't really noticed him, but he's all primed. Currently in P3 now with that pit stop to limit him. So he'd be one to possibly keep an eye on towards the duration of this race. He might get an outside chance to a podium.
Hail King Tomo, who's yet to pit, is still ahead of Ice the Vest, which is hurting Ice the Vest race here. He's caught Tomo right behind on the S's, so unless he pulls up a cracking manoeuvre, he can't find his way past. Oh, when he does so, the last S, just Tomo's tyres are completely gone, and he just nicked up on the inside. F1 King is now on the back of Jism in the Red Bull.
He is, he's getting close. Jism is, his tyres are definitely reaching the end now. I'm just reading some of the comments. Thanks, Chris. I can always believe in Chris's in-depth opinions. I mean, it really does help out. But F1 King, look at this. He's really starting to get quite close. Probably the most sensible thing to do though. There's no point trying to make a lunge down the inside when he could get DRS here. But he was slow on the exit, and he seems to be bogged down in sort of third, fourth gear down there. It's taking him a bit too long to even get close enough to make the move. And you know what? Jism's made a good, solid defence there. The sister Toro Rosso could not get through.
Very slow in acceleration coming out of that corner. By F1 King now. Weird. Oh. Be careful on the track limits here as he's trying to find a way past Jism, looking on the outside of the final
Get
way.
this cut back now. Use a bit of curves. He's got the inside, and yeah, good move.
Oh, great move.
I just would not have wanted to be side by side going into that Degner, and he had belief that with the traction that he had and the little bit of curves he had, as well as that inside line going through the final part of the S there, he just did enough. But didn't have an optimum line into that hairpin, but just that traction is helping him out and getting away. So halfway into this 50% racer.
Got Patronus and Elite PC closest on track as the Reaper's now pit on the lead.
I think he might even possibly come out into, yeah. It's going to be close, isn't it? I mean, Reaper's now leaving the box. It is a long run down to the exit of the pit lane because McLaren is quite early, but I mean, he's going to keep that lead. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. He is.
No, he has. He
has just about F1 King.
3 seconds.
And this is per strategy, so they are racing for position now. And there's...
I think F1 King would have been a little bit closer if he wasn't held up by Jism on the last couple of laps. So he's a little bit frustrated. He sees the McLaren driver ahead of him.
That gap just seems to be opening up from Brutal Reapers now that those tyres are starting to get up to temperature. Jism's still out. Is he still out? He is as well. Don't know what to make of him. Mini Ninja under some pressure again from Temper. And Temper's on the options this time. He needs to start making some passes and get in this hunt for the lead. As he can do. He's no more than sort of 7 or 8 seconds down on the lead here. And being on the option tyres, he may be able to make a lot of that up.
Just about keeps the car in a straight line at the end of the spoon curve. Now got a run on Ninja, and he got the Red Bull Jism ahead, who's just dropped so much time. got to pit on this lap, and he does. Now Temper's got the DRS on Ninja, but Ninja would have had DRS on the Red Bull in front of him.
Temper still can't get this move done. He needs to make a move as soon as possible now. He can't waste any more laps behind his good friend here, Mini Ninja, and I know they probably won't, but
I thought he was going to try something there.
I know, he's getting desperate, isn't he? Seeing the driving style a little bit. He can set in...
coming out in the last one there. Went into the deadness. All those track limits there.
Hitting that gravel probably didn't help them, just kept on the inside in the second deadness, so got away with it. But can't be doing that too much more, but I mean, he needs to get his act together now. This is potentially race ruining if he doesn't get past Ninja quickly.
It's championship ruining because he's got Eyes the Best right behind him.
Yeah, and stay like this for another couple of laps, and Eyes the Best will be on him. If he can get that break, if he can get ahead and make Eyes the Best battle with Mini Ninja.
He's got to get this done now, and then I think he's going to try and have a go. The inside of 130. Oh, this would be brave if he would pause it off. It was so far. Oh, they're just...
He's let him through, and look at this. Eyes the Best is all of a sudden closed out. That gap was halved between Temper and Mini.
Pitted again.
Again, this is Brutal Reaper's race easily.
Again, you're saying that with a little bit of confidence there.
Quick question from Andy Coybe, or COYB, whatever you want to call him. He asks, do you think it'd be silly having a DRS zone straight after the spoon curve?
I think it would be...
Detection zone before the spoon curve and then on exit. I mean, I swear they had that one year. Always Mini Ninja goes into the gravel. He goes into the gravel. He's done that a couple of times tonight, and that is P4. He's lost 2 positions because of that and couldn't even defend against Eyes the Best. Eyes the Best just drove past. So Temper now can get the hammer down and try and close the gap to Brutal Reapers, which probably stands around 8 seconds. He is on the better tyre compound. That was great. What is Eyes the Best doing there? Did you see that?
Why did he go wide there?
That's just maybe a lack of concentration there, probably. I can't think of any other reason.
You know what I see going on here? Eyes the Best championship season. He's doing a bit of a Button in 2009, where he's got the race wins and then got the championship lead, and then this last half of the season, it's sort of tailed off a bit. Whoa, Ninja
is having one of those awful laps. He loses a whole heap of time there as well. He's just having a bad couple of laps here. But yeah, he's saying he's tailing off, which I think, yeah, you're right, he probably is. But he's still getting decent results. It may just be enough for him to crawl over the line. Let's have a quick look at how the championship stands. He has got a 26-point gap, so I mean, he can afford to, you know, finish maybe a position behind Temper, lose 3 points and say, you know what, I'm still 23 points ahead with 4 races to go. Still in his advantage, but you know, get a couple of performances like that and the gap goes down to maybe like 15 points with maybe 2 races to go. Pressure's on a little bit. I wouldn't like to be in that position. Eyes the Best is definitely going to have to up his game a little bit.
I don't know whether it's just this selection of tracks he doesn't particularly like, but it's just the last couple of qualifying sessions. I mean, Singapore and Korea, he didn't set a lap at all. Both of those started at the back. Well, with great strategy and a little bit of luck as well, got some great performances out of that. For a 5th and a 3rd. But maybe he's just not taking that many risks.
F1 Original says, has Mini Ninja been on the option tyre? I believe he qualified on the option, so that should answer the question. But F1 King, yeah, we're saying he's been he's picked quite a lot today. But the thing is, he's been on primes on most of those stints as well. So that makes it even more baffling. He's on prime again. He will have to pit once more before he finishes the race. And I think everyone will pit once more. So he's got a lot of time to make up in this stint to make it worthwhile picking up extra time. Maybe he just wants the best of the tyres, or maybe that's all he's got. I don't know. Already too many battles out on track at the moment, haven't we? I'm just having a look.
It's kind of spread out a bit.
F1 King's actually worked his way up into P3 due to pit stops, and one of those who has had his pit stop late, I think he pitted quite a similar time to F1 King. It's just that he's having a decent race. If he can get F1 King potential podium, most probable fourth, but you never know. Who's behind that one then? Then we've got Tempo, who's just made another stop. He can't do 9 laps on a set of options, can he? Or 10 laps in. That's impossible, surely. So he's going to have to do 2 option runs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna. That's not good.
Whether he chose the wrong accidentally chose the wrong tyres in his last pit stop, but it doesn't seem like strategy to me. He's already pitted.
Mini Ninja's also pit recently as well. Then
he's already
just
pitted 3 times. So that's a 4 stop going for Temper there.
4 stop for Temper. I feel like Brutal Reapers is possibly going to do a 3 here.
Yeah, Reapers is going to try and get 3. I think ISFS is doing the same. F1 King has already had 3 stops as well, and as you say,
he will have to pit again. There's no way he could do 12 laps on prime. Or 50 anyway. So he'll be in again for options, you would think. Just for a quick blast at the end. I mean, they will close in on Brutal Reapers if Brutal Reapers is doing a 3 stop, but I mean, the damage could already be done by then. And Brutal Reapers might be the guy who gets in front of the line first by maybe enough of a margin to negate the penalties if he may receive any, because he has been a little bit in the wars towards the start of the race, and could be under investigation for a couple of things. So that's the most important thing. He may not know it, but he may. You never know. You have to make enough of a gap to negate any penalty. But we'll see how he gets on. He's doing well enough at the moment. He's lapping very well. And it looks like we've got a bit of a closer battle down the field a little bit, actually. So that is for P4 and 5.
Yeah, Mini Ninja.
Mini Ninja's still not really close enough, though, is he?
Both on the option tyres at the moment. Just a little bit of a stalemate going on here.
How long is IMW2 Elite away for, do you know?
Idea. No idea at all. I think initially it was 2 weeks.
Possibly the 3rd, I think. But
yeah.
He's hoping to be back for the 3rd. It just depends on when he gets back from his flight and how much practice he can get in. He's someone that's disappointed me this season, if I'm honest. IMW2 Elite. I'm not being harsh on the Sauber driver, but Ferrari driver.
Yeah, Ferrari. He hasn't brought in the.
I mean, he's got a good car, and I know when he puts his mind to it, he's a very good performer in this division. You only have to go back to the start of the season when he got a bit unlucky with lag. It has to be said, and he's got disconnected, but the performances were strong, and he's been strong at certain races in the past and previous seasons. And I don't think he puts enough time onto the game to be at the same level as these guys, but I think he has the potential. But he's been slightly disappointing in my opinion. I'd like to have seen a few podiums from him this year. Really starting to kick on this season, but he's not a great one. The racing has sort of died down, 7 laps left to go. Brutal Reapers, this is his race to lose now. He's got a sizable lead as he pits. And will this be for the final time? 7 laps.
Yeah, this has to be for primes or options.
Prime it is, so yeah, he'll be going to the end from here. And yeah, he's got a pit stop lead. Just over a pit stop lead to 2nd place. It's he will exit the pits now, and that gap as he turns into turn 1, probably about 3-4 seconds, plus a pit stop, because F1's king up in pit again. So he's got massively. How has it worked out in his favour so much?
Do you think maybe because Reaper's he had that qualifying down for Korea, but because he's had that, he obviously had fresh tyres.
Yeah.
Could that be something to do with it?
Could well
That
be,
all
if
these
I'm
fresh
honest.
tyres we had the fresh tyres at the start, of course.
But then you could say that, but then you could say about Tempo, who didn't qualify, and you know he's in P4 for me, and he's having to do a 4-stop.
I don't think this 4% chance of rain is going to come down before the end of the race. Kind of a shame in my opinion, because we've spiced up these last few laps.
Yeah, maybe we should get onto Bernie to get these sprinklers fitted in.
Why are you here and not in Japan then?
Oh shit! I'm Bernie.
Yeah, you finally.
I had to think about that one for a second.
Slow.
Wow. I was thinking more along the lines of real life, alright. Why am I here and not in Japan? Well, good question. I don't like sushi. So I'd rather watch the race from a TV instead of be there. Temper's having a bit of a quiet race here. Mini Ninja's not really closing in. I'm a little bit disappointed in the drivers. I mean, Brutal Reapers, at no real point has he been massively far ahead until maybe the last 6-7 laps. About lap 15 onwards, it's just sort of worked out that, you know, clearly he was going to go for a 1-stop less, and he's been able to pace his race better than the rest to manage the gap. I mean, it's looked good. Let's see if he's being naughty on the track extending side for a little while. He seems good to me. I mean, I've seen him quite a bit this race. He looks quite good on the track, so I don't think there's any issue there.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of a lull in proceedings. I don't know whether Chisholm is going to pit again, but he's trying desperately to get these primes to the end. He's got 5 laps to go. He might go for an option stint just for a little dash at the end, but he's got to hold off the 3 guys behind who basically the closest battle. So these are the last battle for the last spot for the podium.
Yeah, although Brutal is miles ahead, it's
anyway.
pretty close between the wrecks.
Yeah, Chisholm's pitting anyway. He's got to go on option tyres, which he does. So he's got damage limitation, and Temper pits as well. He
had to do another stop. He had to do another one.
So
that's his 4th.
I's the best in the 3rd.
Wow, if I was the best, has kept his tyres in the game a bit, he may be able to hold off the threat. Because there's only, 4 more laps left after this one? So he should be able to hold.
The person he's got to hold off first is Chisholm. He's now on a fresh option tyres. He's got to go qualifying lap after qualifying lap just to catch that McLaren down. And if Chisholm does that, if he does get onto the podium, that'll be his first in a very, very long time.
Yeah, because he had a bit of a spell out in the middle of the season, didn't he?
Yeah, he'll be going back to Germany for his last podium. And then he had a load of did not starts before then. Oh, he went very wide of the second egg, and he can't be doing that too many times. Yeah,
I haven't seen anything crazily bad on the track extending front tonight, as I say that. Brutal Reaper's getting a little bit on the inside there, but I haven't seen anything crazy bad. As I wouldn't be surprised to see F1 King possibly pit now. No, he stays out, so maybe he's trying to go to the end. and minimise that gap. Eyes the best, the MP3, as you say. McLaren currently getting a 1-3 on the podium. And then you've got Jism in 4th, who's going to be pushing as hard as he can, as well as Temper, to try and nick that final podium place. But I think Eyes the Best might just have enough up his sleeve to hold off any threats in these last 4 laps.
Unless he's been on those tyres for quite a long time, and they suddenly go off in the last 2 laps. The
Yeah.
gap is more or less the same than it was when Jism pitted, so Jism he's got to, from now until the end of the race, he's got to push like crazy. This is also critical for Temper, because if Eyes the Best finishes ahead, what with Craig Senna not starting this race,
I hope on F1 2014 they change the spectate mode.
I have heard very slight rumours, they may be, but rumours of a replay mode that you can do in custom lobbies. Yeah. So if there was any instance that you needed to review, you just watch that replay instead of, you know, waiting until the stream has been uploaded. Jism is catching Eyes the Best. He's just done a 35.4, which is not the fastest lap. Reapers is 34.7. Wow. Reapers has got a lot of pace in there today. On lap 25, comfortable as you like. He's just gone around the hairpin, and F1 King is just going for the Degners. That is about 20 seconds, maybe even more. And I think F1 King's tyres are slowly going off. So possibly be in danger. I don't think he's in danger. I think Eyes the Best is in more danger than King is, losing the position to the option runners, who are rapidly catching in now. And Temper's caught the gap to Jism, so they're both sort of dragging each other along, just hoping against anything. Now the guys ahead lose their tyres dramatically. Rudy Reapers now coming on to the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. This will be his first race victory since... Oh, we're going all the way back to...
It's going back
Spain,
a long way, isn't it? I can't believe
Spain.
someone with the pace that he has left that long. Is that F1 King in the pits as well?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. F1 King is in the pits, so...
Yeah, it's 5th place guaranteed, but... Wow, leaving it very, very late there. Only 2 laps. He can't close any kind of gap.
I would have gambled it.
Jism is in P3, and he's got a podium currently as it stands. Eyes Best is going to round off a 1-2 from McLaren at this rate, and big stuff in the championship.
He's got to hold on. His tyres look, whoa, very, very worn, and he's...
Should we have a quick look at the race director to see what his lap times are in comparison to Jism? He's just done 37 dead, mid 37, and Jism in front has done 36.7, so not that good there. Temper in front of him, so 35.7. Jism's the one who's on the move, but I mean it's just too late. I mean, a second and a half a lap is not going to be good enough. As Brutal Reapers now starts his final lap. Eyes the Best looks like he might hold on here, but tell you what, Temper's possibly got a chance for getting third here.
On the last lap. So I still Well,
Yeah,
right,
he's
so
not
that's
out of the
his
woods
last.
yet, is he? He's still got a chance, but
He's just done a 1:37, a late 1:37, and Chisholm's just done a late 35. So he's quicker, but it's not quick enough. It's simple as. Unless Eyes the Best makes a mistake or spins round, it's definitely a lot closer than it was. And for the
first
temper
sector's
now,
where the time is gained, though, in these sweepers.
yeah, for temper now, this is critical for his championship.
Oh, oh, did you see that from Temper?
Yeah,
Gets on the curve shot him out, and that nearly was broken the wing, maybe worse. Well, I think it's going to be holding positions now from here on out.
This is right up the bat now. Look how close he's got.
Is it all in vain, though? That's the question. He's not quite close enough, is he?
Never give up in Formula One as Brutal Reaper's then now taking his first race victory since Spain. That will be relief for him. And now you've got Eyes the Best. Can he hold on for a 1-2 for
another lap, and I'd have re-batched Jism to give it a go, but he's going to close on the final corner.
Down to the chicane. Down to the chicane now. Eyes the Best. He's just got to take it so comfortably. Rain is actually coming down on the final chicane finally, and oh so close. He just holds on. I don't know what that
another half a lap, and that would have been that. Mini Ninja, slightly disappointing in 6th place today. Can't quite put my finger on why that is. A little bit inconsistent as always.
No, he spun it. He spun it in the last corner.
Well, that might be why.
He's going to lose it to Mercedes. That was
Patronus was that?
Yeah.
Well, sloppy from Mini Ninja today. He threw away a really good chance of at least a podium with inconsistent driving. Hail King Tomo, down in P9. He finished the race, which is good to see. His pace wasn't too bad, just not quite at that same level. As we get a picture of the results, he does finish 1 minute down.
34-second lead Reapers had at the end of that.
34-second lead. Just shows the pace he did have this week. And well, he may keep himself clean of any penalties if he was to get any with that. So good on him. It's a good result. Should we get the top 3 in?
Yeah, sure.
It's very, very close down from 2nd down to P5. 6 seconds. Very, very close. Jigsaw's getting involved on the chat. And he says he'd be absolutely hopeless in GP2. Good, because it's one person I could possibly beat.
Typical
big
Reapers,
comment
he's
there.
offline at the moment.
Jigsaw's you.
Oh no, he's joined anyway. There we go. Then let's go.
Jigsaws, if you're still listening, Jigsaws, are you ready to get a smack on Tiger Woods? Right, because I know you're a fan of getting beat. Right, I'll pass it to you, Michael, if that's right. I'll get the other two, and if you've got to start with a race winner.
Always gonna let me do this. You were gonna do it. Oh, yeah.
No, I feel nice.
You feel nice.
Yeah, I do.
Generous of you. Right, moving on to Brutal Reapers, your first win since Spain. It seems a long time ago since then, doesn't it? You must be relieved and ecstatic with, well, a back of the grid to the front victory.
Yeah, the first lap just went perfect, really. People, made mistakes, and then I had a little bit of a battle with Mini Ninja. That went well. I mean, it was clean, it was fair. Got him up the straight. Then decided to just sort of calm down a little bit, save the tyres, save the fuel, and on that last stint, Rich mixed the whole way, and basically, that's what happened.
Indeed, you definitely at a time where you were under pressure and performing, and especially under pressure on where you are in the championship with the playoffs. You're now basically holding on to the last playoff spot ahead of Jism and Tomo and Ninja, the elites when he comes back. So yeah, must be it's definitely a performance to hold these guys off. Can you produce any more wins until the end?
Well, I'm not here for the next race and the race after that, so the win here was really important. Really important.
Always seems lately that people going on holiday on the wrong times.
Yeah, but I will be back for USA and Brazil, and I am confident about them tracks. So
that's good to hear. Very good to hear. Enjoy your win, and then go on to Eyes the Best, second place, just that final lap. I don't know what lap you did, but do you know what lap time you did on there? That final lap?
No idea.
It must have been well into the 140s. Jism was catching you very quickly for that podium, but a second place, which, well, you would have kept the championship lead anyway, because Temper finished behind you, but a second place, it's, last podium was in, well, actually you got a third in Korea, but you've actually done some good results over this past few races. But yeah, to consolidate your championship lead, you must be very proud of your performance for tonight.
Well, first off, I'd just like to congratulate Reapers. I thought he's done an excellent job under the pressure he was going into this race, and I told him, what he had to do, and he's just pulled it off superbly. But moving on to your question, I think to get second, I've got to be over the moon. I struggled with a setup all week, and I couldn't believe my luck when Temper and Mini Ninja pitted for a fourth time. I just had to make those tyres last right to the end, and like I say, Jism was catching me up about a second a lap, and the last corner I just had to make sure I nailed it, and then I knew I'd got second spot.
I was praying at that point.
Indeed, a 1-2 for McLaren, which was the first time since did you get a 1-2 to Monza?
Italy.
I believe you did, yes.
Yeah.
On Ferrari home turf, no less. And then the last 1-2 before that was Spain. So you've had 3 1-2s this season, which I don't have the constructors with me.
I think we will be top.
That has jumped.
Updated that one, is it? We can't double-delete
No.
that. We went this whole day.
No,
I think we was about 30 points behind.
If my maths are correct, you've jumped right back into a close battle between Red Bull and Lotus for the constructors. So that's still close battle for the rest of the championship. But going back to the drivers, you must be thinking a little tingle in the back of your mind saying, maybe this championship is mine. You've got to be thinking that just a tiny bit.
Not yet, but I mean, if connections wasn't an issue in this league, I wouldn't be first or second. I'd probably be third or fourth. So, going with, was there 4 races left?
Yes, it's India, Abu Dhabi, USA, and Brazil to go.
I'm confident on 2 of those. So I think, I don't know. I won't rest
on those 2.
India,
what those 2 are?
India and USA.
Ah, there we go. And then, of course, we got the finale in Brazil, which is going to be 100%, isn't it?
Well, I know Temper's really quick in Brazil, so I've got to make sure I've got a big enough gap going into that last race.
Indeed. Well, enjoy your podium, and good luck for the rest of the championship, as always. And then we head to third place for Jism. This has been quite a while, wasn't it? Germany, the last time I spoke to you in this podium interview. You had a stop and start season, is that being honest to say, to be honest? To be honest with this. But yeah, a third place, got to be happy with that.
No, I thought I'd be finishing 7th. I don't know. Great pace was great. The only
Yeah, you see-
negative, but
you
I
seem to
never
be
did any practice on options.
Yeah, you seem to be, you went under the radar, sort of, really, because both me and Bernie didn't really see you honestly as a podium place, but you just got on with that and focused on your race pace, which is really the best thing to do in these types of races. You catching Eyes the Best very, very quickly. Was it just the fact the tyre wear is so high that you managed to do, was it 3 or 4 stops in that for you?
I did 3 stops.
Yeah, 3 stops for you, but there's 4 stops over the field. Do you think the cold temperatures played a part in this race with the tyre wear? Was it really that bad?
The tyre wear was shocking. I went prime option. So, I was getting basically 7 laps. The last lap I was throwing the car into corners trying to get out there.
Well, with that 3rd place, do you think you can still catch the playoffs? Of course, Reapers is in that last playoff spot. The only realistic person you can catch. Do you think it's still possible, or?
Not for me. Not really fast enough. Those guys up there are so fast.
We've got a killjoy in the party.
Yeah, it seems.
But again, I'd like to say good race, Brutal. Sorry that I lost the plot on the first lap. I didn't know where I was and I broke and it was the wrong one. I think it was you. It was definitely McLaren here.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
I had to go on the grass to avoid you.
Yeah. I think there was about 4 cars, was it?
Yeah.
Nearby.
Yeah, that wasn't your fault.
Well, I just broke and it was
Yeah. Yeah, it's alright.
Right, coming back to the championship. There's one thing you can fight for, and that is the Constructors' Championship. Of course, it's now going to be really, really close between McLaren, Red Bull, and Lotus. Do you think you and Flash Student, I know Flash Student was absent for this race, but when he gets back, you reckon you can become Constructors' Champions of this division? Or is the McLaren
the 4
close too quick?
McLarens are in. Definitely hard to catch them.
Right.
Myself, I'm not strong round them. Turbo tracks coming up. I think if I'd have not gone on holiday, which obviously has done me the world of good.
Definitely, you're one of those drivers. Honestly, that if you didn't have all of those, you would be in the playoffs, or if not, just outside it, instead of in the midfield with Tomo, Ninja, Jism, and all that lot. So maybe you can get best of the rest with this for the rest of the championship, but we shall see. And we shall see for the last 4 races. Any final words from you, Bernie?
Well, it was a decent race tonight. It's always good to go into a different division and do a bit of commentary work, and it was good fun. Definitely the 3 stops prevailed just over the 4 stops, and big congratulations to Brutal Reapers winning by a bigger margin than what I think we thought in the end. I don't understand how 30 seconds was pulled out in the field, but big congratulations to McLaren. But at the same time, I'm going to find it tough with the constructors with only one driver there for the next 2 weeks. So, Eyes the Best, it's all down to you, but good luck to all of you next week. It'll be commentated by F1 Speed and BHA Captain Wayne, or XRL Michaels now.
XRL Michaels, Wait was gone now, died.
So yeah, it'll be you two next week, but before then you've obviously got the F1 action, me and Pete Marcroft aka Swishbone in the box on Sunday live from New Delhi for the final F1 division race at India. Obviously it's not on the calendar next year on F1 2014, so it'll be a sort of goodbye to India. GP2 with I Love Jigsaws and I believe Writer's Tag on the Monday. On the Tuesday it'll be the double header of GP3 with Pete Marcroft and Alonso, I think, doing the streaming. And I don't know, does F1 Speed do streaming on No, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Does
he does
F4,
stream
doesn't
on
he?
GP3.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's
So it'll be.
Bobbits and Swishbone on F4 on the same
Yep. And then on the Wednesday, I'll be back to my normal F5 duties with Jamie, and F1 Speed will be back to his normal duties here. And Alonso, we need to get him doing some streams, get him doing a division at some point.
Indeed.
But
Just a quick thing, if I may, just make a little advertisement for something that I'm doing at the moment.
oh, I know this. There you go.
Yes. We, some of you may know, or some of you may not know, there is an online game. It's a free online game, which is igpmanager.com, or .co.uk, I think it's .com actually.
.com,
yeah, .com. It is free to sign up, and what basically it is a management simulation game. You get to create your own F1 team and sign new drivers, get sponsors, and because obviously they can't do proper sponsors' names, they come up with interesting sort of takes on them. So Mick Ronaldo's is one of them, which is quite interesting. Yeah. So and of course I thought basically because other leagues in F1 have got their own leagues on this GP Manager, I've set one up myself. So the way to do that is to go onto the website www.igpmanager.com, IGP Manager, all one word, no spaces in between, and search for Excite Racing League. That's the league I've set up. Races run on a Saturday at 8 p.m. Saturday at 8 p.m. GMT time. It's qualifying 10 minutes before, which will be live simulated in 2D, and data time is basically runs on simulation. You do the strategy, tell your drivers what to do, when to pit, and everything else. You search for Excite Racing League, and then you find a league. It has the description underneath, and then there is a password. If anybody has a pen and paper to write it down, but if you are interested in this, want more details, do my gamer tag, which is XRL Michaels, and I'll give you some more information as well as the password.
There is on the forums as well, isn't there?
I haven't put it myself on the forums.
You put it on there, I'm sure you can get it as well. But yeah, speaking to yourself, it's all about IGP Manager. We tried it in the past, it's worked out, but I think it is a good management game to sort of do anything and everything on there. Sponsors, who you decide for your engine, contracts, tyres, fuel, you develop your own winter course, you hire your own drivers and do strategies for the races, and that is quite an in-depth management game. So I urge you to give it a go. If you get involved in it, the more likely it's going to take off, and it's a good bit of fun as well. So get involved in that one. But back from all of us here, we'll be back next week on T6. I'll be back on Sunday night for F1 with Mark Rockton. Until then, we'll see you next time.
Don't say something else. Cheers, Posy.